I'm going to show you everything you need to know in this video for building underground buried downspouts in the north. We have a 3 downspout line here, and I'm going to show you what we did to prevent freeze up in the wintertime. We took all 3 of the downspouts to a main line, we wired them all together, and we have an inline catch basin. We have a bunch of holes drilled in that inline catch basin, and we put stone around it. Anywhere you might hold water in your underground buried downspout system, you have to be vigilant if you're building in the north. Now, right there where we connect the pipes together, we use an external coupler, not this internal coupler that I'm holding, this external coupler that I have in my hand now. This prevents leaves, shingle, gravel, anything from hanging up inside the pipe. Now, where you see that white fabric, that's covering knife cut. Knife cut is a solid pipe. We have our solid armor pipe, and we have blades cut 6 little slits in it. You can see it per valley. This is going to allow any water that's at the end of the line to leach into the subsoil after a rain. Anytime we're warm enough to thaw, you're going to end up with ground that'll take in water. And then at the pop-up emitter, of course, you want to build that like a mini dry well. You want to create a soak away. You want to have fabric underneath your pop-up, and you want to put drainage stone around it. I'm going to show you all the details to this system. This was a 3-line downspout system. Guys did a really good job. You just go ahead and cover that right up with the native soil. And of course, we have the vents up at the house. It's really nice if you can work off of plywood or turf mats like we have here. Now, here we have 2 downspouts. Always vent them at the house. You can get warm water through that vent in the wintertime if you have a freeze up. And if you do freeze up and you have a thaw, the water will come out of these vents. So it's great. You're allowing the water to come off the roof. You don't want the gutter trough to fill up on the roof. It'll pull on the fascia board when it gets really heavy. Now, right here on this inline catch basin, there's a bunch of holes drilled in the bottom of that inline catch basin. And the guys, they take fabric, they put it underneath the inline catch basin, and they pour pea stone all around this inline catch basin. This is going to catch all the shingle gravel that comes off that roof and ends up in the line. But we know that an inline catch basin will hold water. Well, we don't want this to hold water and then freeze up in the winter, because then the system won't flow. If we create a soak away so that after a big rain event, all the bulk water's moved, and what's left in the system in the inline catch basin, at the end of the line, and at the pop-up, we build it so that it soaks away. Now remember, always put your knife cut at the end of your system. At the end of the line, you can run as much knife cut as you want. My rule is 15 feet of solid pipe away from the house. Then you can go to knife cut. Depending on how well your soil percolates, how much knife cut you want to run. Always use a flexible corrugated pipe to pop-up adapter. This one is made out of 100% virgin HDPE. Always go with a bottomless pop-up if you can. This way, it's super easy to build a soak away. And if you use our pop-up, you can reach your hand right down in and you can get leaves out of it. It's a really nice setup. Something that we put together from 35 years of experience. When you backfill, make sure you stand on your corrugated pipe and then put dirt on it. If you don't, when you throw the dirt on, it'll try to go underneath the pipe and you'll end up with high spots in the pipe and it won't flow really nice. So you can see right here we have knife cut with the fabric around the knife cut so that dirt doesn't end up in the pipe. And then right at the pop-up, we have drainage fabric underneath that pop-up. We're taking drainage stone, we're putting it around the pop-up emitter. This is going to create a really nice soak away. So the water after a rain event, after you remove all your bulk water, what's left in this system, it's going to soak away through the stone. It's going to leach into the subsoil. If you found any of this information helpful, give us a thumbs up. It supports our channel. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until that next video.